Hello! During those 6 previous videos, we have passed quite a long way from having nothing to having something, or maybe not, because we still have one problem. Our application is currently served from our local machine, and no one beside of us will be able to try our work. So we need to deploy that application to host it somewhere in the web. So let's try the very beginning with picking the service provider. And in the cloud, there are numerous ways where you could store your application. You could go to the AWS, you can go to Azure, or Heroku, or Netlify, or Vercel, or there are many possibilities. You can also serve it in your normal service provider, I would say, not the big names, but for that video I have picked Microsoft with the Azure because I think that it's not so complicated to set up the basic flow. It can be very easily merged with the GitHub repositories, so overall you will not probably you will not overcome the free tier of pricing. So with their current policy, you should be safe in terms of the cost. So let's start with just installing Azure Static Web Apps command line interface. And after running this npm and waiting a little for installing it, we will be able to deploy our application. And of course I have set up my Azure account. When you will be registering, you have to provide your details about the credit card, but please don't be afraid, you will not be charged even if your web application will have some big numbers in terms of usage. I think that after 200 gigabytes, it will be just closed, shut down. So you will be not priced with very, very high bills. So don't worry. But as always, you should try it yourself. What are the current pricing in your cloud provider? Okay, I have installed the command line interface, and now I would like to deploy and you can, of course, find documentation for that, but I want to do it in that way. So now in the background, it acquired my credentials, my token. So before recording that video, I have logged into the Azure. So I should choose one of my tenants, and after that, okay, I have to provide once more that I am the same guy as I supposed to. Oh, okay, sorry, I have picked the wrong tenant. So let's try the second one, different accounts, so it's not so easy to pick the right one. And now it should go correctly, but let's see. Okay, here we are. And the command line interface is quite convenient to use because we can, of course, specify the direct identifier of our resource group, but now we can just create it from scratch. So yes, I want to create a new static web app. What should be the project name? And yeah, let's follow with the same name as the as our React application. And then yes, here we can choose, should it be stored in a free tier, or we want to go to the paid one. But of course, the free will be enough just for serving the static files. We will not have our database, not our API, so don't worry. And in that configuration, of course, we are missing the region when it will be hosted. So probably it will be picked something too far from my current location. But yeah, it's just a sample. Let's go, let's try to set up it and provide inside of the Trimble Connect the correct URL for our deployed application. Okay, let's wait a while, and it is somewhere. Let's find out that it is working or not. So after clicking that hyperlink, Why not? Okay, now it is. So we are live. Okay, great. Of course, this is just our single page application. It doesn't have the connection with the Trimble Connect, because the connection is established when we embed our application inside of the Trimble Connect. But now we have that URL. So let's copy it at that point, and let's modify our extension because it was here, and let's just edit and provide the plugin URL. And I will just go to the second screen, little switching just to show you. Okay, and the plugin URL, not really that plugin application. So here I am providing the URL where this application is hosted, and here it is. And now it is not served from our machine, from our local host, because as you can see in the Visual Studio Code, I have not triggered npm run dev, so it's not there. And there is one more thing related to the deployment, because now that application, I had to provide that URL inside of some settings extension. It's not so convenient to use, and hopefully Trimble has provided a much better way how we can add our custom extension, and I will do it right now. So for that moment, I will just remove it from my list of our custom extension, and I will add one more file into the public directory. So here I will just add file extension JSON, and in the Trimble Connect API, I think there is the schema for that file, but let's try to find JSON. Okay, here is something, but is it related to URL title, info URL? It's not so full, I think. Here, patch, plugin, info URL, icon, okay, but it's quite hard to say which is needed because all of them are optional. But okay, let's start with that one. So what we need to provide? We need to provide the plugin URL. So we have to provide the location from where this application should be hosted, should be served. So here we are getting it from Azure, and then we have to provide the title. So the title is productivity apps, tools, whatever. It's just a sample application. And the info URL, I don't have any info, so not really, but I would like to provide some icon just to display it on the left side of Trimble Connect, and just icon. And it should be the string, so let's provide it here. And yeah, what should be the icon of our application? We don't have it, so maybe it's a good time to grab it from somewhere. And it should be the SVG or icon. And when I'm thinking just about some sample SVGs, we should go to the font awesome. And here there is a list of a lot of different different icons. Of course, not everything is free, but if we would like to search for something, explore icons, and here what is related to the productivity. So let's maybe some gear. Where is searching? Here. Okay. Okay, maybe those. Oh, but they are. Let's only search for the free one. Some bike, some user gear. Yeah, it's more related to the settings. So maybe some speed, because yeah, we want to provide better efficiency for our users. So maybe that one. It doesn't look bad. So I would like to get that icon as a static content, as an SVG file. So somewhere here there was the button to download. Okay, let's try to download it for the desktop, the free one, because we don't want to pay it. Of course, you can get the icon however you would like. It's up to you. And okay, I will just get that file. Okay, I am unboxing it somewhere on the other part of the screen, and let's find where it was. Okay, here it is, and I will now try to show you. Okay, so here is this, and let's go to our directory. We're inside of that, and let's try to paste it here. So let's reveal in File Explorer and copy paste. Okay, so here it is, and yeah, maybe the color is not so good because it should be a little lighter, but for current, I think that yeah, let's go. So now we have the icon, but there is one problem. It is not served publicly, and we can guess, because probably if this is the URL for our application, and here we can just specify index HTML, and here let's go with the name of the icon. So let's change it just for the purpose that we will know that this is quite important. So file icon, and then in the extension let's provide the path for it, SVG, and if we are setuping some icon, then we can also provide it in the main file, not really where it should be, index.html. Here it is. Okay, so here we have the default title and default icon, not so good, so let's change it. And also here let's provide our productivity tools. Okay, here it is. We have made some changes related to the index.html and also to this new extension JSON. Let's remove that with file, and after all of that, let's deploy it once more. After successful deployment, we can go to the URL, and then we will be able to serve that file, to provide the Trimble Connect the same link, but not to the index.html, but to the extension JSON file, which provides some metadata, some URL for the application itself, but also for the icon. To use that in the extensions, yeah, I have to reload Trimble Connect because it is in the read-only mode. And now, after going to extensions, I can add some custom extension. Let's just move it a little. Okay, now you should see it. And here I don't need to go to the advanced and provide the URL there, but when I will provide the plugin URL in that location, then after a while it should appear, but probably there is some error. Let's see why. Okay, I have missed one step, because as we compare the version of that hyperlink and that one, they are definitely not the same. So I have not triggered npm run build. I thought that static web apps CLI will do it for myself, but it is not doing. So before deployment, please be sure that in this directory you have the current version of your website. And now let's go with the deploy, and after a while needed for uploading our files. Okay, here it is, and let's now refresh that site, and we see that it has the correct hyperlink. And let's refresh Trimble Connect to see that now we will see the icon and also our application will work. So let's wait for loading, and now we can see that there is still some problem. Why? Let's turn off and turn on. Not really. Okay, now after the full refreshment it started to work. So now we are serving our file from our single web application from Azure, and it is here. Okay, that's all. We have fulfilled all of those steps. Of course, every of which it can be done better, it can be improved, but it's up to you how you will use the Trimble Connect API. In my opinion, it can be helpful, especially when you will try to grab a little deeper into the model API or other not strictly related to the workspace, to the viewer API. But even here, you can add some missing functionality to the Trimble Connect, or try to match, to wire the Trimble Connect viewer with your workflows in your company. So thank you for the journey. It was quite a long one, tough one, but I hope that you will get something. So please stay tuned and see you next time.